Jones Jr. has been charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun in the commission of a felony. So while UVA may be hundreds of miles away, the shooting has had an impact, of course, even here in the Triad. WFMY News 2's Ariel Cadet spoke to a UVA alum who lives in Greensboro about this tragedy.
That's right. Ciandress Jackson graduated in 2004, but she says the news still hits close to home. She says she heard about the shooting this morning from a fellow alumni. She says, as someone who grew up in Charlottesville, it breaks her heart to know something that tragic could happen there.
But for this to occur in Charlottesville, where they've already gone through so much recently, they've been in the news for other tragedies and traumatic situations. This was, it definitely hit very close to home.
Jackson graduated in 2004. She says she still goes back to visit for game days and events whenever she can. And she says that Charlottesville community means so much to her. She says she can't imagine what the students on and surrounding campus are feeling now as they try to process the events of that shooting. She also can't help but think about the victims who had such bright futures ahead of them.
They're kids. They're, 18, 21, 22 years old. And I'm sure, whatever the situation was between them, whether it was personal, whether it was a targeted situation, I'm sure it could have been resolved by other means.
Jackson says she knows UVA has several resources for students if they need support during this difficult time. She encourages students to take all the time they need to process and try to remember the reasons they loved going to school at UVA.
Focus on the amazing things about Charlottesville, the amazing things about UVA as a student body, just the beautiful city that Charlottesville is, inside and out. I focus on the great things about UVA because there's plenty of them.
Jackson says she's glad the suspect was apprehended and is no longer at large. She says she and her fellow UVA alum are praying for the Charlottesville community.